Hello everyone. Welcome to today's webinar, Maximizing Microsoft Copilot and SME Grants for Your Business. My name is Chelsea. I'm the Customer Success Manager from Access Orange. And during today's webinar, sorry. Hello everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Chelsea, Customer Success Manager from Access Orange. So before we kickstart, a few of housekeeping rules just to remind you. Please keep your microphone muted. And during today's webinar, there are a few takeaways for today. So we will go through the introduction of the SME grant and also the functionality of Copilot. And then there will be a QA session. So during the QA session, we will answer all the questions listed in the chat room. So feel free to drop any questions in the chat room during this webinar. So today's webinar will take place about 15 minutes, and afterwards you can reach out to us, or we will schedule a call with you to go through all the questions you may be having after knowing all the functionalities of Copilot. So with no further ado, let's kickstart. So firstly, I will be sharing my screen with you about the Copilot grant. So I'm coordinating the Copilot grant. So we will walk you through the journey of onboarding with Copilot. So who we are Access Orange, and we have international team. We have offices in Hong Kong, Taiwan, and also Singapore. We are also a registered company in Singapore. Other than that, we have supporting team from around the world. So don't worry about dropping us any questions or having any issue in the middle of the night. There will be people helping you 24/7. And other than that, so if you acquire Copilot from us, by the way, we are the assigned partner. It's assigned by Microsoft and working with Enterprise Singapore. And we're eligible to issue you the Copilot licenses. Other than that, we can issue you Microsoft 365 business licenses as well. And for the whole journey, so first of all, we would check the eligibility for the grant if you want to apply the Copilot grant as an SME. And all you have to do is prepare your ECRA, and I will go through it within the next slide. And then you should be replying with the signed quotation, and we can go through the onboarding processes along the way. Anyways, other than issue you the Copilot licenses, there are other services we provide. We can provide you Copilot onboarding services and also Copilot training to train you along the way, like how to equip it and how to maximize the use of it. And we want to help you successfully utilize the gadget, the AI tool, which is Copilot. And we will be checking up with you along the way. And this is a 1-year subscription-based application as a Copilot. And other than that, there will be also Copilot readiness assessment. These are the services we can provide. So you may be wondering, so how am I be eligible for this grant? You have to, there are main criteria, there are 3 of them. One, first of all, at least 30% of local equity held by a Singaporean, and the group annual sales turnover not more than 100 million Sing dollar, and also the group employment size is not more than 200 workers. Then you are pretty much good to go. If you are still having doubts, you can consult with me and after the meeting, and I will check up with you personally and give you the confirmation whether you are eligible for this grant or not. So as for the grant period, the program is launched by Enterprise Singapore, and it's only valid till November this year, which means we are now in September. So there are just a couple of months to go. So the clock is ticking. If you want to apply, just hit us up. And for the sign-up period, this is a 1-year program for the Copilot, meaning like if you equip with Copilot today and activate it today, it will be valid for the whole year. And Copilot is an embedded, it's an add-on on M365 business license. So you have to be at least owning the M365 Business Basic or above in order to equip with Copilot. If you don't have that, it's okay. We can issue you M365 business license as well. And the grant is supporting up to 50% off, meaning the universal price for Copilot is $30 per month. And it's a whole year project, so it's $360 for the whole year. And it's equivalent to $486 per year. So with the grant, and the grant is paid upfront, so you only have to pay 240 something for the one single Copilot license. And yeah, the license can be transferred, and you can apply for this grant up to 2 times, meaning you can apply for 1 or 2, a couple of Copilot licenses to try if you think it's worthwhile, and you can apply for it afterwards. But keep in mind, you have to submit the application before November this year. All you have to do is provide the signed quotation and the declaration form cited that you are aware of this. This is a grant project, and also apply with submit with your ECRA. Then you're pretty much done, and we will guide you along every step of the way along the journey and help you to successfully onboarding with the Copilot. So that's pretty much it, and I'll start sharing. So then next, our Copilot guru, Nero will be guiding you through all the functionalities of Copilot. So if you have any questions, you can drop your questions in the chat room. So here you go. Back to you, Nero.
Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you. Let me share my screen first. Wait a second. All right. Hey, hi, this is Nero, and thank you for joining this webinar today. And for today's webinar, we are going to explore the cutting-edge capabilities of Microsoft 365 Copilot and how it can transform the way you work. So today we will dive into how Copilot for M365 can save your time, increase your efficiency, and help you focus on what truly matters. Whether it's drafting email, creating presentations, or analyzing data, Copilot is here to elevate your work experience. So before we start, we'd like to introduce some of our background. We are Access Orange, a leading IT solution provider with a strong presence in Hong Kong, Singapore, and Taiwan, and we do have different offices worldwide. And we are also the one-stop Microsoft cloud service provider that help business to optimize their operations for a wide range of solutions. This includes Microsoft licensing, migration, Azure Cloud, Teams Phone, security-related solution, and etc. Our goal is basically to help you work smarter. If you're interested about any IT solution, please don't hesitate to get back to us. And for the webinar today, as mentioned by Chelsea, there will be a Q&A section before the end of the sharing. So you may type your question in the chat box or ask directly after the sharing. Please also keep your microphone muted throughout the webinar to avoid background noise to ensure a smooth experience for everyone. All right, so let's get started. Before I talk about the functionality of Copilot, let me briefly talk about the difference between ChatGPT and Copilot. And I believe most of you here should have already heard about ChatGPT, and some of you here may already experience the function of ChatGPT. ChatGPT is like a natural language processing technology that uses machine learning, deep learning, natural learning language to understand your language. And also, when you type your instruction, it gives you some kind of response. It's like a chatbot. And while Microsoft Copilot is an AI-powered digital assistant that aims to provide personalized assistance to users for a wide range of tasks and activities. Copilot doesn't just connect ChatGPT with the Microsoft 365. It also combines the power of their large language model, which is we call the LLMS, with your data in the Microsoft Graph. including your calendar, your basic email in Outlook, chat, document, meetings, and more. And the Microsoft 365 app to turn your work into most powerful productivity tool on the planet. So the difference between the free version of Copilot and also the paid version of Copilot, which we are going to share more about the functionality, is that the free version of Copilot can only trigger some response from the online source, which is from the internet. But for the paid version of Copilot is that you can now make use of your existing document, your content, which already upload to your cloud on your OneDrive or your SharePoint, and to come up with some personalized and more advanced task. So it's a kind of more advanced version of the paid version of the Copilot. And I will also share some of the use case and also the functionality, some feature for how you can work on in different applications. So today we are focusing mainly on these 5 applications, which are the Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and also Teams. How can Copilot for Microsoft 365 can make use of this application to increase your productivity and also to help you work smarter? But to be honest, Copilot also applicable to other Microsoft applications like Microsoft Loops, Designer, Microsoft OneNote is also applicable, and also other functionality is applicable to some application there. But the time limit today, so we focus on mainly these 5 mainly used application for our work. All right, before I start to show some demo, let me briefly talk about the functionality and some feature for each application when you use Copilot. Starting with Microsoft Word, you can basically input your instruction and then ask Copilot to generate some kind of proposal, some pitching, sales pitching, or maybe some kind of paragraph. Or you can ask Copilot to refer to your existing document to generate something new that is more reliant and a more concrete content there. Second, we can make use of Copilot in Excel to help us identify the core findings, some insight, or we can also input our formula by asking Copilot to help us to do so. And also we can bold, we can highlight, or we can add some kind of chart and for our understanding of the data. For Copilot in PowerPoint, it's also simple. You can just input your instruction and ask Copilot to generate a presentation that for you, rather than like the past, we need to copy and paste from different source and the content from online source and also from a document. And also we have to find a lot of different images, creating like some kind of animation by ourselves. It usually takes some time to do the formatting, also to do the presentation by ourselves. But right now we can ask Copilot just with a simple sentence, or maybe we can ask Copilot to refer to our existing document, like the one I have just mentioned, the Word document. We can ask Copilot to refer to it and generate another new version of presentation deck. It's a very powerful one. All right, moving to Copilot Outlook. Copilot Outlook is also simple. You can ask Copilot to have you draft email, draft a new email or replying email specifically to certain people or some internal, external parties as well. You can even ask Copilot to help you summarize certain lengthy email because we may receive different kind of email day by day, whether it's from internal or external. And usually it is we take too much time to read through all the content. But right now we can ask Copilot to give us some summaries for each email. All right, last but not least, we can also make use of Copilot in Teams. I'll describe Copilot in Teams is like a personal AI assistant that help us find a lot of different tasks that we need to focus on. And we can also ask Copilot to do some advanced tasks, like we can ask Copilot to translate our document, or we can ask Copilot to generate content and also compare different document content there. And I will show this example with you one by one later with the demo section. Last but not least, we can ask Copilot in the Teams meeting to come up with the meeting notes rather than asking a member from our organization to drop meeting notes. Usually, we come across a situation that the meeting notes may not be accurate and maybe missing some points. But with Copilot, it can now be generate the meeting note, who says what are the key speech for each participant, what are the action items we have been discussing. We can also ask Copilot to listen out all the important points for us. All right, let's move on to the demo section to show you what are the buttons for each application and how exactly it can really work for us with the help of Copilot. Let me show you my screen. Maybe we can start with the Copilot in Outlook first. All right, so this is my my Outlook page. As you can see, I think many of you should be very familiar with this page. We have been using this page for different conversation internally or externally, sending and receiving email, right? The first function I want to introduce with Copilot Outlook is that we can actually ask Copilot to summarize different email. Like for this one, when I got like a new product information, the topic is this one, new product information you may find interesting and it's very lengthy, right? When I receive this information, the first thing I can ask Copilot to do is I can click the summary by Copilot, this button. When I click on it, oh, there's some error there. Maybe again, let me do it once again. Maybe there's some glitch here. Let me try another email to see if it's possible. Yeah, maybe there's some technical problems there, but usually it works. For this one, as you can see there, because it's some system generate email, so maybe I find another one that is more personalized. Maybe let me find maybe this one. Okay, this one then. All right, I can ask Copilot to summarize this email to come up with some key points for me. Like for this one, my colleague Stella has forwarded some kind of training time for me that I can focus on. Like this is wow, very lengthy, and even with the schedule, sometimes we may come across with different languages like Chinese and English within a single email. But right now, with the summary by Copilot function, we can just ask Copilot to give us some summary for each email. So rather than just we need to read through all the email content. All right, this is the first function. For the second powerful function I want to introduce is we can ask Copilot to reply, to draft a reply message or create a new email message to draft a first draft for us. Let's say I open a new email. Let's say I want to ask my colleague Peter to prepare the sales data for the upcoming meeting. We can discuss further, and I can then click the Copilot button on the top navigation bar, and you will see that there's a draft Copilot function. When I open it, there will be a chatbot pop up, and I can input my instruction. So I'll ask Copilot to generate an email to ask Peter to prepare the sales data for the upcoming meeting to discuss together. Before I generate, I can actually click the generation options button here to change the tone to make it like more direct, neutral, casual, formal, or even make it like a poem. But it's kind of strange for business use of an email, so I just keep it like a casual or formal. And then I can also change the length. Maybe I wanted this one just Peter is just my colleague. Just make it short. I think it should be good enough. And then I can click generate. And Copilot will then start to see through my instruction and try to get me something. Like this one, hey Peter, I need you to prepare something, help with something. We have a meeting next week to discuss our sales performance. And then, oh, this looks pretty good, but the format is not easy reading, right? So I can here to ask Copilot to make it more easy reading, like change the email to make it easier to read. And then I can just send it, ask Copilot to edit this first draft. All right, it changed a little bit, but the format is still not quite good to look at. Change the format, improve the format maybe to easy reading, and then send out. And then let's see if there are any changes there. Right, perfect. And you can see that this one is changed a little bit, but the subject is not team. So maybe I need to make some further changes. But before that, I can actually click here to edit the email, like make it longer, shorter, make it more formal. It's also up to you. You can make some further changes there. And then I just can keep it, and then make some changes. Hi, Peter, maybe then should be good enough. And also help me to think also the topic, but I don't want it just here. Should be good enough. Hi, Peter, I hope this email find you well. Then, as you can see, it looks much better compared to the first draft. And before sending out the email, I can actually click Copilot button right here to ask Copilot to give me some recommendation on how I can better write this email to improve some sentence structure and also the tone as well. I can click Copilot, coaching by Copilot, and then Copilot will analyze my email to give me some recommendation based on 3 different perspectives, including the tone, the reader sentiment, and also the clarity of this email. And it will just give me some concrete suggestion, like this one. Hi, Peter, I hope you're doing well. It will just give me some suggestion on how I can improve the writing. Like thanks again, Nero, and also considering the reader sentiment, also give me some recommendation. And then I can refer to this recommendation to make some further changes there. All right, so these are also the key functions that you can make use of Copilot in Outlook. All right, moving to the second application, Microsoft Word. Sorry, my desktop is quite messy, but let me open the first Word document for demonstration. This one, I just open, and then I open it, and it should be blank. All right. And as you can see, if you have Copilot license, the Copilot button will be on the top navigation bar and also right here. Both button works, and I just need to click here, and then it's simple. The chatbot is very familiar, right? I can just again input my instruction to ask Copilot, to guide Copilot to give me something. For example, I can ask Copilot to come up with some sales pitch, or maybe I take another example. Imagine you are a HR manager. You need to hire another, like let's say marketing assistant. You need to create a job posting about that. You can just ask Copilot to do it for you. All right, I can just ask Copilot to generate a job posting to hire a marketing maybe let's say marketing admin. And then before I send out, actually I can ask Copilot to refer to existing document I have already created and also uploaded to my cloud. So I can then just press slash and then just key in the keyword of that document. And actually, I've created the job posting previously, and this one is for hiring an admin assistant. And then I can ask Copilot to follow this format to come up with another new version to hire marketing admin. Like I understand, generates, and it will just try to digest the document and come up with another version of a new document with the job description, key responsibility, qualification, education, what we offer, and also how to apply. It's very structured and organized, and with some points for this position requirement, right? And I just need to make some further changes like this one. Maybe I want to add some elaborate the job description. If I have some more accurate content, I can ask Copilot to make it more fluent, and also another version is also possible. And it just take like few seconds to come up with this first draft, and I believe it's really save you a lot of time for rather than creating by yourself. All right, so if I think it's good enough, then I just can keep it, or I can regenerate it, or I can just discard it to regenerate again. So right now I just need to keep it, and I can also selectively choose different paragraph to make some changes and rewrite it. For example, for this, how to apply this paragraph, I think it's not right. The writing is not looks good. I can actually click here to ask Copilot to make changes or auto rewrite it to make it to another version. And as you can see, this one is just John is more friendly, right? I think should be better one. I can just replace it or insert below or regenerate it, or maybe just some change the tone, make it neutral, casual, professional. It's like Outlook. It's very easy to make some changes there. Apart from that, we can also open the Copilot button right here to ask Copilot to help us do more advanced tasks. Like we can ask Copilot to, similar to the Outlook, we can ask Copilot to summarize this document, like in 3 key points, or maybe this document is very lengthy. I can ask Copilot to summarize this document in like 10 points. Let's say I can just send it out and Copilot can read for me and come up with key findings, some ideas for what this document is talking about. And if you got some sales data, some report, some proposal from your subordinate or supervisor, you can even ask Copilot to give you some summary or action item that you need to focus on, rather than you need to digest all the content by yourself. It usually takes a lot of time day by day, right? And yes, this is very easy to follow right? Okay, this is some basically about the power for Copilot in Word. Moving on to the PowerPoint, let me open a new PowerPoint here. I can just open it. And this is the blank one. There's nothing there. And I can again click Copilot here to ask Copilot to generate something for me. Taking the example of the human resource manager to demonstrate. For example, I need to create an onboarding presentation deck, but I do not know how to create it. I don't know how to make the points and some opening introduction. I don't know how to do that. Then I can ask Copilot to generate the first draft for me. Then it will be it will be easier for me to make some changes later on. All right, I just need to maybe there should be already some prompts right here. I can just ask Copilot to create a presentation about new employee onboarding, maybe onboarding presentation. All right, I just need to click send, and Copilot will then start to look through all the relevant content from online or from internal that is relevant to your instruction, and then come up something with structure and very professional slide. Just give it like few seconds. It usually like you just need to wait like 10 seconds, 10 to 20 seconds, and it will come up a very decent presentation with animation and also with the speaker's speech. And well, as you can see, let me show you the presentation view, right? Welcome to new hire onboarding, ensure a smooth transition into our company, right? With the pretty image, the company introduction, onboarding process, company policies and benefits, introduction to the company, and you can see the image is even quite pretty looking and professional with the company history, culture, what are the core value, any the positive work environment we embrace, and the onboarding process, the training schedule, on the job training, and any classroom training you can ask your employee to focus on, and also your job responsibility. If you have specific job responsibility for a specific person like marketing, you can even tailor-made for that position as well. Performance expectation, company policy, some employee benefit, development, corporate conduct, respect each other, etc. And benefit included conclusion, right? So as a first draft, I think this is already very, very professional and already very structural to make some changes. And you can easily walk through all the content. Also, there will be a speaker speech for you to take reference on. And before that, actually, we can ask Copilot right here to let's see the button edit here to ask Copilot to organize this presentation. If you think the structure of this presentation is not really good structure, and you can just ask to restructure and even a single image to replace this one. For example, if you don't like this one, you can just ask Copilot to come up with another suitable or better images to replace this image. And before I close this presentation demo, let me show you also I can ask Copilot to create some presentation based on certain existing document I already created. Let's say this time I want to create another presentation about the job posting one. I can even remember I just created a job posting about marketing admin hiring work. I can ask Copilot to create a presentation format. Like just ask Copilot to refer to the job. This one, the admin assistant, let's say I can then send it out. And it again will digest this document to see what are the key points from this document. And then you ask me whether I want to replace my existing slide. Yes, please. And it will start working on to find out the core content, listing out the key idea, introduction, job detail, key responsibility, etc. And coming up with a very detailed and pretty slide. Right, job posting, right? It's just turn your Word document into a presentation, right? The why join dynamic team, job description, job title is kind of simple, right? Because I think is the document is very simple and it still come up very structured and good looking presentation. It just save me a lot of time comparing do it by myself. All right. And last but not least, we can again ask Copilot generate some summary from this presentation rather than we have to read through by ourselves. And then it will just list out all the important findings and ideas for what it's about, responsibility, and as you can see, just listing out all the key items. I can even ask some follow-up question like, what are the action items that I need to focus on? Is there any reference to me? I can ask certain kind of question to follow up, keep track on this document. All right. So yes, that's pretty much about the Copilot in PowerPoint. Let's move on to the Excel. Excel is also stunning for Copilot. And I have already created a few Excel documents for presentation. Let me open this one, the business expenses budget for investment for my demo. All right. Open it, just give it a few seconds. Yes, here we go. And as you can see, there's a different Excel sheet right here. This is about some business expenses budget for investment, some data there. But the content is just some trial content. It's not real, but the real thing is I want to show you the function, the power of Copilot. And as you can see, Copilot is just located similarly in the top right-hand corner, the navigation bar. We can open the Copilot right here to ask Copilot to do some kind of work for us. And you can see there's already some guide for you to take reference. Like we can create formula and we suggest a formula column, and we can ask Copilot to understand this data to summarize using pivot chart table or charts. We can also apply color and formatting, like asking Copilot to bold it, to highlight certain cells, to highlight some rows. Also, we can ask Copilot about what's the finding, what's the implication for each data row. It's not possible. Let me show you some basic function first. For example, you can see I highlight already this marketing cost column, the rows listing out all the marketing costs and with different price and numbers there, the cost right here. And I want to ask Copilot to highlight the highest number from this data rows. I can just key in my instruction, highlight the highest, let's say highest row, and send it out. Even my instruction is not accurate. The word sometimes may be not accurate enough for the guidance, but still Copilot can able to refer it and try to bring me something. And just bear in mind that in case you have input your instruction, but sometimes the Copilot the result is not quite what you're looking for. Just remember to re-input your instruction again with different word, and it will be better. For this one, you can see that Copilot just look through my B24 to O30 and come up with this conditional formatting rules. I can just apply it, and right, you can see this is the biggest number right here. apart from the yellow, the overall, the sum number, this is the biggest one number. It's just highlight for me, and I can even ask it to bold it or maybe do some different sort of formula. It's also applicable. Another function I want to show you is that we can ask Copilot to generate some kind of chart to really presenting the overall data. I can ask Copilot to, let's say, generate a pie chart to show the data, and then send, and it will just work on it to analyze this data and come up easy reading and easy digest a pie chart for me to understand it. All right, encourage issue. Maybe I generate again pie chart to show. Let's say I want to generate a pie chart first. I change the wording. As you can see, I make it shorter to see if we can work on it. Right, this time it works. As you can see, this is a pie chart showing all the key data from these rows. I can just add to a new sheet, and you can see, right, it's right here. And I can also make changes in this pivot chart fields. Like if I want to specifically present each month, like I want to show the May, I can also add the data right here for my better understanding and presentation. And it improves a lot because I personally not a professional in using Excel, but with my instruction changed to in a Word format, in a text format, I can ask Copilot to come up something for me rather than I have to find all the button by myself and also searching for all the different charts that's suitable for me to present this finding. It's right now it's easier and also more efficient for me to do so. And also, I want to show you that we can even ask Copilot to come up some insight from each different roles. For this one, I use the same example, the marketing course. I can ask Copilot to come up with the data insight. What are these data in price, and what are some is there any important finding from this data? I can ask about it. So just Jen, give me the data insight and then send it out. And you just try to read through this data and come up with some conclusion, some findings in the form of chart or different format, like a table, you can see looking at data range and give me some analysis. And because my instruction is kind of general, if you have specific question, like let's say you're asking for the relationship between website hosting or maybe this marketing event, the relationship, whether it's uptrend or in a downtrend for specific roles, you can even ask it. But for this one, since I have just provided very general instruction right there, and it will just come up by the Copilot, the AI system, like listing out all the price for each element and give me the summary for the funding, total marketing cost I follow. And if I'm looking for this kind of funding, I can even ask to see another insight. It will keep generating a different kind of insight and with different chart so that until that's what I'm looking for, then I can add all inside the grid. Well, and you will see that right here, and you can again make some further changes selectively based on the month or based on different kind of tables requirement for your presentation is already very good looking. Rather than you have to make it by yourself. I think if I have to create this chart, I need to spend like 30 minutes or maybe more to come up with the button. I have to find out the button first and also input all the data by myself. But right now, just change your instruction into your text. Then it'll be easier for Copilot to do it for you. All right. Okay, this is for the Excel, and we move on to the final one, which is the Copilot in Teams. And as you can see, this is my Teams that we use for daily conversation internally. We can also arrange meetings, seminar, webinar for our communication better, and also follow up some kind of project and you can see there's some add-ons there. But for today, let me focus on the Copilot function right here. And what I can make use of Copilot is that, and you can see there are already some guidance for you to guide you what you can do, like stay tuned with some information, get calendar info, catch up meeting, check your team's mentions, check your tasks, and find some right question. And you can also will see more further recommendation with these view prompts. But right now, what I would like to introduce is that I've already created some instruction for my demonstration. Okay, let me open it first. And yes, should be earlier. This one. Yes, actually, I can ask Copilot to summarize my all the working tool that I use daily, like my email, my team message, my channel message, and even you have some kind of other tool that you work on with Microsoft. You can ask Copilot to listen out all the content and filter out that is not something you need to focus on, and then you list it in a dedicated column. And like this one, I already create this instruction and just simply copy and paste and send it out. And it will start to screen my working tools to see if there anything I need to work on it. Imagine you have a long holiday and when you come back to office, sometimes there must be certain progress for your whether it's project or your discussion, internal, external parties, and you need to spend time on reading through all the content by yourself. But right now, I can just ask Copilot to listen out all the different content like this one. It just lists out the types, the topics, the summary, action item I need to focus on, and also the reference. I can just click on it to see the details to follow up what exactly for each item that I need to focus on. And it's very clear for you to look through it and just work on it for each project or meetings. Talking about meeting, we can also ask Copilot to summarize our meeting schedule, showing who will attend certain meeting, who will not, so that we can anticipate what we need to prepare for each participant. Maybe especially maybe you have some important meeting you need to join, you have some kind of document you need to prepare before each meeting occurs, and you can just ask Copilot to listen out all the meeting. And like this one, I ask Copilot to summarize my schedule so that I can have a better preparation. And you can see that the meeting title, the summary, who will join, who will not join, and also it can list it out. But for my next week, there should be like 5 meeting will be occurs, but maybe there's some meetings still pending, and I can just see through all the content here. All right. The last example, I want to show you that you can make use of Copilot to work on some advanced tasks with your existing document. Again, you have already uploaded to your OneDrive system, the cloud server. For example, you are a HR manager. You got a several CV and you need to hire. I just maybe make an example of you need to hire another HR manager. And right now you've got different CVs. You need to read through it and also select a better candidate. You can, in fact, ask Copilot to do it for you. Just need to type your instruction accurately. I need to hire another HR manager and I got 2 CVs. Please select a better candidate for me. And then I can just press slash and key in the keywords, CV, maybe my name. All right, file, there should be no wrong. All right, maybe this one. Yes, this is Nero. This is my personal CV, and also I have already uploaded another trial CV for my demo, which is the called Charlie Learn, and you can also insert more and more different series. But right now I just have 2 CV on the hand. I just ask Copilot to do it for me. Copilot will then digest 2 different documents and start to listing out all the experiences, key achievements, skill, education, and competence for each candidate. And then select a better candidate for me. And you can see based on the qualifications and experience, so Neo Wong seems to be a better fit for the account manager position due to extensive experience and blah, blah, blah. And right, you can see, well, it's very clear and fluent, and it just take like 10 seconds to analyze all the content. You can add more and more, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or even 10, or maybe more CV to ask Copilot to analyze for you. Apart from that, you can ask Copilot to spot difference from different document. Maybe you may want to make some changes or want to improve your writing for document, or maybe make some translation. You can even ask Copilot to do it. And moving on to the last area I want to show you is we can actually ask Copilot to make some work in our Teams meeting. It's a Copilot button right here. You can ask Copilot to recap all the meeting notes for you. Just press recap and then send it out. And Copilot will then digest all the speech from each speaker and also each participant. And you see that it just lists out all the important points from different speakers. That's about this. I will have a demonstration for the Copilot feature. I also mentioned the Q&A section, the recap, also highlight all the important findings right here. And I can even ask to list the action item. But because I think that this event is just a webinar, there should be no action item right now, so it might not be able to show, but still it can show some kind of action item. Maybe it's about the pricing for the Copilot or any follow-up information. If you're interested about Copilot, you can reach out to us, and then I think it's about that. Yeah, we have mentioned about the training document. Also, we can scan document analyze. So it's easier for you to list to do the job note taking task rather than do it by yourself or asking another employee do it for you. Okay, let me move back to my presentation deck first. For a second. I have also some few points and want to cover before the end of the sharing today. And yeah, let's go back to my slide first. And as you can see that I have just made some demonstration with certain example with my like the human resource example, or it can also applicable to other job tasks and also job function, marketing, sales, IT, finance, and other management tasks is also applicable. But the time limit today, I can just show you a few examples there. And in fact, it's also worthwhile for you. Is this surprising for the Copilot? Right now, it's for person, it take up for $30, $30 per person, but there's a grant I mentioned by Chelsea, and like a half price, you can enjoy the Copilot function. And research also found that with the help of Copilot, it can help you to improve your work efficiency significantly in different area. Like I said, you can arrange a meeting, asking Copilot, you can create content, searching items. In the average, the research from Copilot from Microsoft shows that employees using Copilot save at least 1 to 2 hours per day. They can put the focus on other important tasks or other tasks that need their creativity. And here is also the example talking about the ROI, the return on investment. As you can see in this slide, on each daily work task we do, like PowerPoint creation, Excel analysis, work content, email drafting, summary, note-taking, and even idea generation, takes significant time in a day comparing for those using Copilot. Taking a marketing manager and human resource manager as an example, their hourly pays are already around 50 to 60 US dollar, which is a kind of very high already, just the hourly pay. Its value become even more apparent for higher pay employee who can save more time and routine tasks. While Copilot is just half price of $30, like you can spend like 15 or maybe 20 US dollar per month with the grant. So with the time a Copilot save for each task, the greatest returns will come from leveraging the time saving to innovate and also to manage or maybe to add value for your customer, for your internal company, organization structure. And furthermore, the advantage using Copilot, not just the time saved, but the guarantee of quality. because we are human, we make mistake, right? But even Copilot make mistake, but the accuracy of the quality is also it's more guaranteed compared with human hand, right? In conclusion, the personal productivity gains alone make Copilot a worldwide investment, promising to revolutionize the way business operate in in Hong Kong, Singapore, and even Taiwan, and also worldwide. All right. So I think today's section is pretty much about the time, and we have been talking about the feature and some functionality for Copilot in different applications that you can make use on. And here come to some Q&A question and see if any of you have any question, want to learn further about the Copilot. And yeah.
Yeah, Nero, AJ and I have been replying through
Oh,
many of the
yeah.
questions, but maybe you can demo showcase the last question Mabel asked if
Okay,
if
if
using
my, okay, in English, how do I get Copilot to generate content in other language, or can I have it generate content in several language concurrently, generate job posting for admin manager in both English and Chinese? All right, if my, okay, first, Copilot support different language, and I can see the answer from AJ, from our colleague AJ. Thank you for the answer. And if you want to translate your document, or maybe you have some the planned test document into different language, let's say you want to translate from English to Chinese, you can actually have different ways to do it. First, let me show you my screen. All right. For example, I want to translate the document. Let's say I have created this document. Maybe this one. I just for demo, the job posting one, I want to translate this document from English to Chinese. The first thing you can do is you can ask Copilot, like this. You can right here. You can just ask Copilot in the Teams area to translate the document. Translate the document from English to Chinese, and then press slash, and then you find that document, job posting, about, yeah, maybe this one, because I didn't name this document. It's the new Microsoft Word document 7, or maybe I can refer to it first. Okay, new Microsoft document. Yeah, should be this one. And then I can just send it out, and it will just help me to do the translation. Just give it few seconds, and it will digest information. Like as you can see, it will translate in a simplified Chinese, but of course you can make it a traditional Chinese is also possible. It's easier, and it's also applicable, not just Word document. Even PDF is applicable. You can make use of this one. And the second one, if you want to translate this document from English to Chinese, you can ask Copilot. Let's say I just want to do it in Chinese, I can just ask. The first thing you can ask the Copilot is that you can key in the instruction with the language you want the document come out. For example, I want to make it into Chinese. I can just change it to Chinese language. 我要請一個 I'm not sure if you guys know the Chinese, but you should be 我要請一個 let's say marketing manager. I want to show you the demo so that you get to know it's also applicable with different languages. 請為我生成一個 job posting, and then I can generate. All right, and as you can see that it will just show up in Chinese language rather than English. This is also applicable, right? All right, it just keep listing out all the key items there. Good, and just keep it. And the third thing, you can actually copy, you can just highlight all the things right here, and then there should be a Copilot button. Let's see if we can do it here, because I haven't tried this, but we can see translate from English to Chinese. Let's say if it's possible. Right, working on it. Right, it's also possible. You can do it right here. And you even listing out all the paragraph, all the text from the left-hand side to listing out all the here. And the content listing already. What we offer, how to apply, and you just change to the Chinese. You can see the Chinese language right here, and you can also even apply this if you want to change in Korean, Japanese, and Spanish, etc. It's also applicable. Okay, hope it answers your question. Okay, so we can do one lesson two. All right. License to try first under the grant. Yes, I think Chelsea can also give you some further information. You can, there's no limit for the license right now. You can actually purchase one license for your child to see the function and also to experience whether it's suitable for you to buy more later. Is there a team license or is it a per user license? It's actually a per user license, a single license. You can purchase one by one. There's no minimum requirement for your purchase. Then if it's good, we can roll out to border team as long as within grant period, November. Yes, right, correct. Can Excel process statistical formula like regression? Yes, I think it's possible to do it, but because as I mentioned, I'm not a professional in using Excel, but I have learned this function from Microsoft, and they keep improving the system. And I think it's still right now it's possible to do the statistical formula like regression. I think it's able to do it, but yeah, let's see. I will maybe I need to verify for you for this question. All right. Okay, let's see if there are any question right there. Okay. I think yeah, thank you, AJ and Chelsea, for the answer in the chat room. And let's see if there's any question. Uh, and we can you can also ask verbally as well if you.
Yeah, maybe I'll ask, can Copilot refer to several files at the same time?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Yes. Oh, Lin asking, so we buy from who? I think for the purchase thing issue, you can further approach to our customer success manager, Chelsea, and yeah, she maybe will contact you after this webinar. Okay. Yeah, you can also approach to AJ as well, and for the license purchasing. All right, let's see if there's any further question, and I will stay here for a few more minutes. Any minimum tab recommendation? Minimum tab recommendation. Do you mind to ask more specific? I'm not sure if I understand your question. You mean about using the Copilot? There's a minimum tab recommendation, and basically there's no minimum tab recommendation. Just need to you just need to have the Microsoft license, the basic one, or maybe your standard premium is also applicable. Just Microsoft license, then you'll be able to use the Copilot license. If the laptop is too old or Windows version is too old, etc. Actually, the license is linked to your email, your organization personal emails, which means that you can make use of Copilot. It's like an online source of tool, and it's not it doesn't take up your hardware space. So I think there's no issue about the version, whether it's too old for your laptop or your Windows version, because you can make use of the Copilot function even without the software. You can use the online version of the Copilot as well. Okay, let's see. And I'll still maybe stay for like 1 or 2 more minutes to see if there's more new question. There's also a Copilot on Skype. Any difference between that Copilot and Teams version? I haven't used the Copilot on Skype because Skype right now should be replaced by the Microsoft Teams, right? So I think that the function for Copilot API, I haven't used the Copilot on Skype yet, so I cannot answer you. But the main advantage of the pay license right now is you can make some personalized tasks with your existing document. Even there's a Copilot on Skype, but actually you cannot use the free version to access those documents to make some tailor-made changes of the content creation. So this is the first advantage. And also the second advantage is that there's a security that guaranteed by Microsoft that when you use a Copilot for the paid version, they will not use all the data input you input into the system at the AI training, and they will not store all the content you input to the system. The Copilot processing is in cloud or on device? Is in cloud. It's in cloud because it links to your personal email when you purchase the license, and it will just ask you whether which email you want to link the Copilot function to it. And when you log in, when you use another computer to log in the same purchased license, you can use the different computer to use those functions as well, like PowerPoint, Excel, Teams, all the function is applicable. So it's on the cloud. Yes, thanks for AJ for the answer. There's some difference. For Linda is using ChatGPT 4 or 3.5. I believe it's using the most updated version. I'm not sure if right now it's ChatGPT 4 or maybe 4.5 already, but the Microsoft have been using the updated version of the ChatGPT rather than if you're using some kind of free AI tool like the POE, which is the free source AI tool that is actually using the old version of ChatGPT, which means that all the content, all the information it comes up may not be updated and the information may be incorrect. So the Copilot is always updated. Another question from Maple. Let's see. I understand that Copilot will not read documents tagged with confidential tag, but at the moment we already have many files in Drive. When we first start to use Copilot, is our file in Drive by default set as confidential till we indicate the doc are not confidential? I think this is about the confidential setting of your document and files. Actually, I think you may be worrying about and concerned about whether if those documents are already uploaded to your OneDrive or SharePoint can be accessed by any of your employees. But don't worry about that. Actually, you can access some document access permission specifically for some kind of sites. If you have some SharePoint sites and some confidential document there, you can actually set the confidentiality for each SharePoint site so that to limit the access rights and also the permission from each of your employees. And for the details, you can further approach us and we can able to provide you maybe some further guidance on how exactly it can work on it. We have specialized and also for professional to help you on this area. So don't worry about that. So Leslie also asked, in my Outlook, I have more than one email account set up. If I subscribe to only one Copilot to one email account, can I still use the Copilot to manage all my email across all accounts or only within that subscribed account? I think the answer is only within that subscribed account because this is the Copilot linked to your specific email address. So if you have another email account that is not under the same license, the Copilot may not be able to access those content. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Chelsea and AJ. And yeah, and also Matthew also, as you mentioned, that Microsoft has warranted that they are not use our proprietary info to train the AI. Can you provide a link to this claim, please? Okay, yes. Maybe I can just provide you certain referencing document to you, Matthew, after this training, after this webinar today. All right. Another question from Simam Ho. Yeah, thanks for Chelsea for the answer. The government grant applicable? Yeah, I think Chelsea can provide you further information for your reference later. All right, let's see if there's more question. Yes, I think Linda also we can contact you for more information. And before the end of the session, let me share some also my experience, because I have been using Copilot for few months, and I believe it also actually saved me a lot of time day by day from different tasks. Like especially, I think the most powerful one is the document task. A comparison or maybe some idea generation is very powerful, that I do not need to spend time on thinking out all the ideas and come up with some content by myself. Rather, I ask Copilot to do it, and then before any kind of meeting, I can ask Copilot to do it for my better preparation. All right. Another also, yeah. Chelsea will contact you. Thank you. All right. And hope this webinar can provide you valuable information to learn more about Copilot. And I think it's pretty much about the webinar today, and a little bit overrun. And let's end here. And thank you, AJ and Chelsea, for the help today. And also thank you for your all your time for participating this webinar. And please don't hesitate to contact us if in case you have any further question, whether it's about a Copilot or maybe about some kind of service that we may provide. We can also offer you some kind of services or maybe some solution to further discuss with you. And thank you very much again for joining this webinar, and hope to see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.